Franz Fischer is the one who got Nobel Prize for the structure of heme present in the hemoglobin. Now see here, as I said, the structure of heme consists of a central metal atom called iron, and iron valency is 6. 6 means it can form maximum of 6 single bonds, and out of the 6 bonds, 4 bonds are with the 4 pyrrole rings. See, this is a 1 pyrrole ring, this is another pyrrole ring, this is another pyrrole ring, this is another pyrrole ring. So this is A, B, C, D, or else 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can also designate this as alpha pyrrole ring, beta pyrrole ring, gamma pyrrole ring, and delta pyrrole ring. So 4 are bonded to the nitrogen of 4 pyrrole rings, and these 4 pyrrole rings are connected by methylene bridges. These 4 pyrrole rings, you see 4 pyrrole rings are connected by methylene bridges. So these rings are interconnected, connected by a methylene bridge. Then the one more bond can be formed with the imidazole ring of histidine, and one more bond is free for binding with oxygen or carbon dioxide to form oxyhemoglobin or carboxyhemoglobin respectively. And on the pyrrole rings 1, 2, 3 and 4, you can see pyrrole ring number 1 is having M and V. Pyrrole ring 2 is also having M and V. Pyrrole ring 3 is having MP. Pyrrole ring 4 is having PM. So M for methyl, V for vinyl group, P for propionyl group. So here methyl group is there, here vinyl group is there on group or pyrrole ring number 1. Pyrrole ring number 2 is also having methyl group and vinyl group. Pyrrole ring number 3 is having methyl group, and instead of vinyl group it is having propionyl group. And pyrrole ring 4 is also having methyl group and propionyl group. So total there are 4 methyl groups, 2 vinyl groups and 2 propionyl groups in the structure of heme. So this is the structure of heme, and here I have explained the full details of hemoglobin or heme structure. So see the structure of hemoglobin or heme, structure of heme if you see. So a clear-cut explanation about the structure of heme was given in the following slides. The structure of heme, if you see, the porphyrins are cyclic compounds formed by the fusion of 4 pyrrole rings. So porphyrins are cyclic compounds. I told you that heme consists of protoporphyrin ring. So this porphyrin ring is formed by cyclic compounds fusion. So the cyclic compounds fusion takes place by 4 pyrrole rings. So this is a pyrrole ring, single pyrrole ring looks like this. There is a nitrogen and which is bonded with hydrogen. So this is a pyrrole ring. So there are 4 such pyrrole rings in the structure of heme, and these pyrrole rings are fused by methylene bridges. So these methylene bridges links the 4 pyrrole rings and results in a cyclic compound called porphyrin. Now the simplified form of porphyrin ring I have shown here. See, this is ring number 1, ring number 2, ring number 3, porphyrin ring number 4. So these are all porphyrin rings which are linked by the methylene bridges. You see methylene bridges, they are having double bond in their structure. See, even in the pyrrole ring also there is double bond, and these pyrrole rings are linked by methylene bridges. And these methylene bridges, they absorb the visible light. So double bonds can absorb the visible light, so which can be used for the certain symptomatic identification, which I will tell you in the later slides. Now as of now you remember, because there are double bonds present in the heme structure, they can absorb the visible light. So this structure can be simplified like a plus symbol. See the plus symbol. So this is a plus symbol. You can write it as a simplified form for the hemoglobin. So it indicates 1 and 2 indicates MV, 3 4 MV, 5 6 MP, 7 8 PM. So this one is pyrrole ring 1, pyrrole ring 2, pyrrole ring 3, pyrrole ring 4. So this complex structure I have simplified like this. So shorthand, this is called as shorthand representation of porphyrin ring of heme structure. Now the outline of the hemoglobin structure was shown here. You can see the square with the central metal atom iron at the center, and one more bond with the histidine, and the other bond is free for the bonding with oxygen. Now see, the green color thread like structure is nothing but globin chain. So this globin chain links with the heme with the central metal atom with histidine amino group, or nitrogen histidine, or imidazole ring of histidine forms bond with the heme, one of the heme with the central metal atom. And the other side of the globin chain, which is having histidine group, is also forming bond with the oxygen or carbon dioxide and links with the iron. So as a result, the 6 valency of the iron is satisfied, so it becomes stable. So this is the outline structure of the hemoglobin. You can see central metal atom, 4 pyrrole rings, nitrogen atoms of 4 pyrrole rings, and one bond with the imidazole ring of the histidine. The other bond is with the oxygen, which can bind with the other side histidine of the globin chain. So this is how hemoglobin exists in our body. So this is the outline structure of hemoglobin. Now, so with this we have completed the structure of heme. Now we move on to the structure of globin. So as I said, globin consists of 4 subunits. These 4 subunits are made up of 2 alpha types and 2 beta types. So variations are possible in the beta chain. Each alpha chain has 141 amino acids, and gamma, beta and delta have 146 amino acids. So there are, other than alpha and beta chains, globin chains, we can also see the variation in the globin chain. Mainly the variation comes in the beta chain. So certain type of beta, gamma and delta chains, they have 146 amino acids in their structure, whereas alpha chain has 141 amino acids. Most of the time variations in the globin chain can occur in the beta. So instead of beta, sometimes gamma chain or delta chain can be seen, which are all having 146 amino acids in their structure. And there are 38 histidine residues in hemoglobin molecule. There are 38 histidine residues in hemoglobin molecule. These are important in buffering action. These are important in buffering action. Now alpha and beta chains, they have 75% of alpha helical structure. They have 75% of alpha helical structure, means secondary structure. Alpha chain has 7 and beta chain has 8 helical segments. Each polypeptide chain contains heme group and oxygen binding site. So each polypeptide chain contains heme group and oxygen binding site. Deoxyhemoglobin stabilized by intra and interchain electrostatic bonds. Deoxyhemoglobin stabilized by intra and interchain electrostatic bonds. Intra and interchain electrostatic bonds. Alpha and beta subunits are connected by weak non-covalent bonds like van der Waals forces and hydrogen bonds. So alpha and beta subunits are connected by weak non-covalent bonds like van der Waals forces and hydrogen bonds. Alpha and beta chains have 75% alpha helical structure. Okay. So this is the hemoglobin structure. You can see alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1 and beta 2 chains. In these globin chains, you can see central blue color metal atom, that is nothing but heme. So heme plus globin is called hemoglobin. So each globin chain consists of one heme at its center in the core of the protein. So a single hemoglobin consists of 4 globin chains and 4 heme structures. 4 heme structures. So globin chains are in each globin chain. Altogether is called as hemoglobin. Altogether is called as hemoglobin. Now coming to the functions of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is involved in the transportation of oxygen, carbon dioxide, protons as well. Hemoglobin can transport large quantities of oxygen. It has great solubility. It has great solubility. It can take up and release oxygen at appropriate partial pressure. It can take up and release oxygen at appropriate partial pressure. It acts as a powerful buffer. Hemoglobin acts as a powerful buffer. Hemoglobin being an allosteric protein, it binds with the oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin, and this happens in a cooperative manner. So oxygen binds with hemoglobin in a cooperative manner, and affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen and carbon dioxide is pH dependent. Affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen and carbon dioxide is pH dependent. So these are all the functions of hemoglobin. Just let us have a quick review. Again, I am giving you a quick review about hemoglobin functions. So hemoglobin is involved in the transportation of oxygen, carbon dioxide and protons. Hemoglobin can transport large quantities of oxygen. It has great solubility, so it can dissolve and can transport many proteins and inorganic substances as well. It can take up and release oxygen at appropriate partial pressure. It acts as a powerful buffer. Hemoglobin being an allosteric protein, binding of oxygen with the hemoglobin takes place in a cooperative way. Affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen and carbon dioxide is pH dependent. I will tell you what is binding of oxygen in cooperative manner in the later slides. So that is about